Yo, 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 what's going on with y'all? It's your boy Convo with Marlo. You know what I'm saying? Today I got a very special guest here with me today. Who do I have the pleasure being here with?
Man, it's your boy Tay Capone, man. Y'all tapped in with Convo with Marlo. You know how we comment, bro.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. The one and only. First and foremost, before I get into anything, how you feeling? What's the vibe? What's the word? Talk to me.
I feel great, bro. I'm not even gonna lie. Doing well. Family doing well. Son's all right. We all healthy, alive, and free. You know what I'm saying? So I can't really ask for nothing else, man. You know what I'm saying? I'm just making my content and staying locked in. So, you know, I'm just, you know, watching the doors, certain doors open for me. It's a good feeling.
Yeah. So, I gotta tell you, it's my first time in Chicago. You know what I'm saying? Never in my life did I think I was ever gonna be here. I never thought I would ever have a reason to be here.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? One thing I gotta say that I don't like about the city, it reminds me of my city. And the reason why I say that, the weather's bipolar. My nigga, 1 minute it's raining, then it's sunny, and then it's windy, and then it's this, and then it's that.
Yeah.
Y'all probably been got used to that.
Yeah. Like I said, bro, like in Chicago, man, like, and don't get me wrong, it's the summer, so of course it's been hot as hell, but like, you picked a week, bro, where it's like, it's showing you like, we gonna see every type of a piece of weather we got to offer outside of snow, and I wouldn't be surprised if it starts snowing or hailing or some shit. It's just cause it's the city, bro. That's why the people so bipolar. There's the weather, everything about here is very up and down, man. Like,
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So it could be nice 1 minute, like my people just came to see me before you came, man. When they came, it was cool. It was sun out. It literally rained cats and dogs while we was sitting upstairs having a conversation, and then after that, literally it stopped raining, the sun came back out, then it went back, it was windy as fuck, and then it came back out. They like, man, what's going on? You know what I'm saying? We was talking for like an hour and a half maybe, you know what I'm saying? And they just was saying the same thing as you, like, wow, what's going on?
Shit's all over the place.
Yeah,
that's literally what it is where I'm at. Like, right now it's supposed to be summer, plus 30, and I think for y'all that's like 70 degrees, 80 degrees Fahrenheit, all that type of shit. One day it's raining, 9 a.m. it's raining, 10 is sunny, 11 is raining again for the whole day, and then before you know it's raining for 4 or 5 days, we get the sun for 3. Shit's all over the place.
Yeah.
The winter too, don't even get me started. The winter's on some shit.
Yeah, the winters out here, man, it get below 28 and shit. Like,
nigga, that shit sound like springtime to me.
Really?
That shit terrible, my nigga. You open the door too quick, the door handle's coming off. And I can't even be making that shit. I'm dead serious too.
Really?
Nah, this shit's all the way fucked up.
Wow.
It's the type of cold where you gotta cancel your plans if it's not worth it. You know what I'm saying?
Right. True. Damn.
You know, but so coming from a place like Chicago, you know what I'm saying? Well, what's your upbringing like?
Well, I ain't even gonna lie. I feel like my upbringing was great. You know, when you come from the projects, like I did, and if you're not familiar with what the projects is, it's basically like, I don't know if you ever seen like how New York is made. Like, they got a bunch of projects still. We don't have them no more out here, but out there they got a bunch of big buildings and where it's in the hood, and you know, everybody like in poverty. You know what I'm saying? Like when I was growing up, we had those too, and you know, we used to just be like, you know, when you come from it, you don't know you underprivileged. You know what I'm saying? Like, you don't know this the trench or nothing. Like, this is all you know. You know what I'm saying? So we thought our life was great. You know what I'm saying? We even though we was growing up in the poverty and in the projects, pissy hallways, that was our regular everyday. So growing up, I had a great upbringing to me. You know what I'm saying? Even though I had a lot of shit going on around me that I didn't realize till I was older. You know what I'm saying? But growing up in Chicago, man, it was definitely a time I wouldn't give being from nowhere else. You know what I'm saying? Like, my city is great. I always tell people, like, man, you will see some of everything out there. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, everything is going on. We got the best food, in my opinion. I think that's just a known fact, though, at this point. But we got the best food. I feel like even our weather, like, it's great, you know what I'm saying? Because I feel like I would rather have different seasons and different weather than to wake up and it's a certain weather all the time.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, a lot of people that stay in places like LA and Atlanta and, you know, a lot of cities down south, man, when they have an inch of snow, they shut the roads down. Out here, it's like, nigga, that's regular scheduled programming. Like, we'll be shocked if we get a few inches of snow. You know what I'm saying? So I love my city, man. It's been a privilege being from here.
Yeah. No, I see. I like hearing that type of thing. Well, what you just said that really stuck is like the same thing with me. I can never be in a place where it's just one weather the whole time. You know what I'm saying? You need something different. It gets the mind going more. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Now, kind of backing up to what you said, being underprivileged. At what age did you start finding out like, yo, the way I'm living is not normal. I got folks over here that are living way different from me. That's normal to them. That's not normal to me.
Probably around when I was like 14. I ain't even gonna lie, because up until that point, I really never, like, you know, I done moved, and I don't want to make it seem, because I feel like my mom and dad, they did a better job than a lot of people's parents did. So I feel like even though I was in the trench, I had a better upbringing than most, you know what I'm saying? But we was all trenchers, you know, some doing better than others, but we all come from the same places. But when I started, you know, when Sosa got on and we started getting friends from other places and other upbringers, and I started going to their houses in the burbs and seeing how they lived and seeing, like, talking to them about certain shit, and they didn't even understand my look on it because they had never went through that. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, wow, so it's really motherfuckers that's just growing up way different than me. You know what I'm saying? And they my friends, and we able to kick it and you know, fuck with each other, but at the same time, a lot of shit that I know about, they don't even have a clue about. You know what I'm saying? So that was probably around that time when we all started moving around and seeing things, better things, shit like that, you know?
Because I hear a little 1-2 about the city. You know what I'm saying? Obviously, I don't know too much. I just know what the internet tells me, what the comment section says. I see shit that, like, y'all will be running wild, turning off the bus. Apparently, you could turn the bus off from outside.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I've never heard of some shit like that. You could really do that?
Yeah, we used to do that shit all the time.
So how you do that? You go from the back, is it where the gas tank is? How does that
you
shit
go
work?
to the direct back of the bus, and it's this thing that you can lift up on the back by they, like, radiators or some shit like that. You lift it up and you could literally turn the whole bus off.
So if a nigga got work to be or this and that.
Yeah, everybody that's on the bus, they just gotta sit. They just gotta go through whatever.
How you start it back up? I
mean, it's a process to start the bus back up once you turn it off. It's them that, like, hot wiring that motherfucker low key, but it's when you get it turned off, man, they stuck. That's the way we used to, like, get our ops back in the day. You know what I'm saying? Like, people ain't like, they'll be coming from school and they'll be on the bus, and if we think they on this bus, we turn the whole bus off. When the bus pull over for the bus stop, we turn this bitch off and we finna go on here and speculate and look in an op shop. You know what I'm saying? So we'll turn the buses off. Yeah, that was a real thing growing up.
Yeah, so as you're saying, op shop, that's what y'all call it, huh? Cause I be thinking about some of that type of shit. You know, it's like so crazy to know that in one part of the world there's people moving like that, and another part of the world where, like I was telling you earlier, where I'm from, if you get got, you had it coming. Right. You know what I'm saying? You did something. It's not like niggas just, oh, he's from over there, let's go and get him. Right. Unless it's like guilt by association, I can't get you, so I gotta get the homie.
Right.
Then the closest thing to you. Right. You know what I'm saying? So when it comes to that whole op shopping type of thing, is that something that just one side does, or is it the whole hood?
That's everybody. That's everybody in Chicago do that, bro. Like, it really don't matter who get it. If you claim anything, you could be a nigga who just jumped off the porch into this shit. If you got that shit behind your name, or you claiming that shit on social media or anything, you can get got, bro. It ain't like we out here looking for certain niggas or only certain niggas gonna get it, bro. Like, no, you catch any nigga from these sides, these blocks, these gangs, it's up there for you. It don't matter if you one of the nicer ones who ain't really never slid on no ops, you just somebody who from over here and went to school with these dudes, or you were one of they killers or the big drug dealers. It don't matter. You know what I'm saying? If you claiming that shit, you work points.
Damn. So it's not like LA, but LA don't really move like this anymore from what I know, where it's like color coded.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? It's not really one of those. It's just if your face looks familiar, it's up.
Yeah, it's up. See, we don't do that out here. We used to. You know what I'm saying? We used to bang with our hats. Like, you would either wear your hat to the right or the left.
Oh, it wasn't colors?
Yeah, it was colors. Like, dude, back in the day, you know, the Stones used to wear their reds and the G's used to wear their blues and shit like that. But, like, that shit phased out years ago. And even back then, it was like an indicator, not just like the end all be all, like kind of like it was in LA. Like back in the day, I feel like the LA niggas, like, they wouldn't even wear the other color because they were just so, you know, locked in on whichever one they was, blue or red. But, excuse me.
Nah, you good.
But out here, man, no, ain't no color banging. That's why it made the facial recognition is so important.
Jeez.
Because out here ain't no color banging, ain't no real indicators to let somebody know I'm from here, I'm from this block, and you just gotta know who you know and know what you know. So that's why a lot of people out here, we in our city, it's research is required. It's a necessity because you need to know your enemy. And he not gonna give you a lot of tips. You gotta watch his posts and watch who he hang around and watch what's in his bio, what's in his at name to know, you know what I'm saying? Also his face, but just other indicators like that. We don't really got no color banging going on where you can be like, oh, okay, he got on this color, he from this block, you know what I'm saying, or this side. So everybody gotta be like P's and Q's to a degree.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, because there's no points in getting the wrong person.
Yeah,
there's no stripes in none of that shit.
Nah, hell nah. And when that type of shit happen, it bring a lot of heat. I feel like when innocent people that's really innocent get hit, it bring a lot of more heat. You know what I'm saying? When you get somebody who even the police know was a gang affiliate, I feel like, and they probably won't ever admit this, but I just feel like once they find out the guy that was killed or hurt was gang affiliated, they move a certain way with their investigations and with their due diligence. But once you hit an innocent, an old lady, pregnant girl, a kid, shit like that, it's when the feds be picking up cases and it get a lot more like publicity citywide than just a regular gang member getting killed out here that probably had it coming. You
Crazy. Okay, my last question, then I want to jump into all those later on. You know what I'm saying? When it comes to that whole type of world that, you know, that we're speaking on, when cops are called, when the police are called, is it true that, oh, it's in this neighborhood, they take their sweet time to pull up versus like if it's in the suburbs? Like if they found out, oh, someone just got shot on 600, they take their sweet time versus like downtown Chicago. Yeah,
from just how we feel living in the trenches, yeah. Cause like my thing be with the police is this, bro, like you will ride through these hoods and you will see police all over the place. So you would think like people will be fast on their feet when shit happens. Because if we ride through here, we're gonna see police cars on 61st, 60th, 59th. They riding through King Drive, Kmart, Prairie. They patrolling all through these areas all the time, flashing lights and doing shit. But when people get harmed, they slow. You know what I'm saying? They slow in their response. They slow in all of that type of shit. So it just be feeling like they just take their sweet time. And I also be feeling like the police be a little scared. Once they figure out guns is involved and shit like that, I don't know if they think they run into a motherfucking bad situation or somebody over there with a switch. They want to try to wait till people gone and done shooting and, you know, to come in and try to play their role and everything, man. But I think they really be scared a little bit.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Now talking to someone who's in the position you're in, do you think there'd be a better route for them to take in order to responding to these type of situation, or should things just stay the way it is?
No, I think they need to do a better job, and I think the routes that they could take is being more courageous about their career that they decided to get up in. Like, y'all decided to be officers, bro. Like, y'all protect and serve. Like, so that's y'all job. it's like any other job. If you know what you're getting yourself into before you get it hired for that job. So if you can't take on the responsibilities that come with that job, you shouldn't have that job. You know what I'm saying? So as a police officer, that's supposed to protect and serve. You know what I'm saying? When a lot of shit happen, y'all supposed to run to it, not run away from it. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of times I feel like they run away from it when y'all supposed to be under y'all job description, and it's not to me, but just under y'all job description, y'all supposed to be running toward it. You know what I'm saying? And they don't be fast on their feet because I don't think they really want to do their job.
Yeah, I feel like, I mean, I'm an outsider looking in, so I don't know too much. But I feel like it could be one of those situations where it could possibly be a mindset of, yo, this shit's always gonna happen. Let me let this one die out and we'll pull up whenever it seems necessary. You know what I'm saying? Like, why pull up now, get myself shot at when I could just wait it out, deal with something else that's going on.
I mean, yeah, that's probably something that they got working on too, and it's just crime everywhere. They walkie-talkies and shit probably pinging all the time, you know what I'm saying? So this probably is. I could see that. I could definitely see that. 1 second.
But yeah, that's just the type of way I feel like they're moving when it comes to those type of things. You know what I'm saying? Now before, I kind of want to switch on things before I get into more of that. Your music career. You know what I'm saying? When did you decide, okay, you know what, it's time for me to jump into music? What year was it? Was it before drill started going crazy? Was it during the drill era?
It was after LA got killed.
Oh, okay. All right.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, so I had made a track before he got killed, and he heard it. We was coming from school, and I let him hear it and things like that. And he basically like told me, like, bro, I ain't gonna lie, you sound like you could do this shit. Like, you hard, bro. You know what I'm saying? No Diddy. But like, he was basically like, bro, yeah, that go crazy, bro, you know? And then he got whacked a few weeks later.
Crazy.
You know what I'm saying? So then I just took it up on myself to like, well, you know, I was just fucking around in the booth, but like now I gotta do something. You know what I'm saying? I gotta continue folks' legacy, and I gotta push this shit hard, you know what I'm saying? And that's what I did, you know what I'm saying? That's what I did.
And what he said, I had one more buck on my plate. It was me and bro, we was in the store, both of us got 50 cent. You know what I'm saying? No, I like how you brought up that name, because you can't talk about drill if you're not bringing that name up. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Now with the knowledge you have right now, is there anything that you would do differently music-wise, whether it's back then, up to now, whatever the case may be?
I mean, shit, I feel like I should have been more consistent, man. I feel like over my career, I put out a lot of music, don't get me wrong, but I feel like I sold myself short a little bit too, because I would go on runs and then I would chill for a minute. Like, you know, I would go crazy, and then I would take that as a reason to not go crazy in a way. You know what I'm saying? Like, I would just be like, all right, man, I just dropped the tape. I just dropped 3-4 videos. Like, I could chill for 4-5 months, you know what I'm saying? And not knowing that I really was supposed to keep it going and build off all that momentum. My bad.
Yeah, you good.
Build off all that momentum that I was, you know, building for myself, you know what I'm saying? So when I started doing that type of shit, I'm like, damn. You know, just having hindsight now, like, damn. I tweaked on that, you know what I'm saying? Because I was supposed to roll that momentum, no Diddy. But I was supposed to have kept that going with that. And instead, I used it as a reason to not really drop as much after a certain time.
Yeah. Because I'm not gonna lie, when that whole drill era was going on, your name was a name I heard a lot. You know what I'm saying? And it's funny to see you now, like, with a low fade, the locks are all gone, because I feel like I'm looking at a whole different person. You know what I'm saying? So, I noticed that, like, it went from going crazy to more of a steady pace. And believe it or not, you got a lot of Canadian fans that are, like, behind you, especially where I'm from. I don't want to say it, but I got a lot of wannabes. You know what I'm saying? It even got to a point where niggas from where I'm from started picking up the lingos from here and throwing it into our lingos. Right. You know what I'm saying? Niggas be like, yo, fam, on folks, I mean, you know what I'm saying? They started, and I'm like, I'm talking to a homie I grew up with. Right. You know what I'm saying? Originally, I'm from Florida, but I moved up to Canada when I was young. And I'm hearing these niggas that I known since day one speak. and they would talk regular, and then they throw some Chicago shit into it. I'm like, nah. I had a homie, and we was in high school. It's break. We're walking to get something to eat. Me and this nigga were talking regular. He said, as we were talking, nigga said on phone him. I'm like, nah. Cause you know what I'm saying? I could tell right then and there, he just got done watching some drill shit. That's all they said. But I want you to know, like, you got a lot of people from where I'm from following you. You know what I'm saying? It's crazy that like I'm in the same room as you, talking to you about this and that.
Right.
Now for how influential, you may not know, but for how influential your flow is, your style, the way you dress, talk, this and that, is that just from the OGs, being where you're from? Like, how does that all play into one?
I feel like just me being from my city, man, and me soaking up as much game that I did from everything that I've ever been through or went around coming up, all played a role into like my music, my style, my fashion sense, like it all, bro. Like I'm a low end guy. If you hear anybody say that, I'm 600. That's why I made my bones at. You know what I'm saying? I'm original for 600, but my projects was on the low end. So if you hear that from somebody from the rack, I got like the best of both worlds to me. You know what I'm saying? Because the low end being from 600 and the great things we achieved on that end, and also being from the low end, a legendary, historic part of Chicago, it just exposed me to a lot more. You know what I'm saying? Like, it exposed me to a lot more, a lot earlier than I was probably supposed to be. And I feel like that just played into like everything that I did or like was a part of just growing up when I became into my own. You know what I'm saying? Like I used to see guys, you know what I'm saying, dress well and be flashy on the low end because everybody was selling drugs. Everybody did. He had a few $100,000 to their name and nice cars, and they wore nice clothes, you know, nice-ish for the hood. You know what I'm saying? We wore nice as shit, and you just see guys on motorcycles and having foes on their cars and spinners and all that. So I always knew about the finer things, and you know, even if it was like on a base level, you know what I'm saying, I always knew that there was some better as far as like being able to differentiate who and what part of their life in the hood. Cause you got two guys from the hood, bro, but one is a pack worker and one is the pack haver. You know what I'm saying? And that's how it went, man. So I was exposed to a lot earlier than I probably wanted to be, and that's what was going on.
Yeah. Okay, now I got two ignorant questions. Like I got a whole bunch of questions from the phone, but this is like shit that I want to know. You know what I'm saying? Ignorant question, just roll with me. You know what I'm saying? And mind you, I'm an outsider. Right. I gotta say that before I start throwing this shit out. Now, how serious is it with the word, or I guess the letter BD, GD, BDK, GDK? Like, how serious is when someone says all that? Does that really like raise eyebrows? Like, yo, what's his name? You know what I'm saying? Is it that serious around here?
Super.
Hella serious. So is it? I'm not gonna say it, but let's say we're in a room together with a whole bunch of BDs, and I say the whole thing with guys that are BD, and you know what I'm saying? How serious? Oh, is he called? How serious?
To get back to the question, man, it's very serious. Like if we was in a room full of BDs and you yelled BDK, your life would be on the line. Same thing with the GDs. Like that's super serious. That's putting your life in danger. Like that's not even nothing that like is small or minuscule. I don't want to undercut that at all. That shit that'll get your head knocked off for sure. Especially if people feel like you intentionally being disrespectful. It's one thing to yell it in the room and not know or not be aware of who you in the room with, but if you just knowing all BDs in here, like there's no question, and you like, man, I'm BDK. Yeah, you definitely gonna get jumped at least. Like you about to get jumped by 50 niggas, and it's about to go down.
Cause the thing I think about is like, what if me and you from the same neighborhood, we grew up together, you know what I'm saying? And I say that shit as a joke. Do niggas here at least take it as a joke depending on who says it? Does it depend like where you come from, or like we don't play on that at all?
I mean, you know, if you one of the guys and you really respect the niggas love you and you just, you know, it ain't gonna go route, but like you gotta be one of those real guys, like really respected, really loved by the people who you saying it to or saying it around. You know what I'm saying? Because other than that, it's really not a playful matter. A lot of niggas wear that shit on their sleeve and they beat it to the core, they GD to the core, or any of our gangs, a Vice Lord, a Breed, you know what I'm saying? Any of those gangs, folks, you could be Stone, you know what I'm saying? Like any of those gangs, you do any of that, drop the 5 in front of one of them, you gonna have a problem.
Sheesh.
You know what I'm saying? So it's serious. This is super serious.
Shit runs deep over here.
Yeah. Words that get you fucked up. I ain't gonna lie.
You think they'll ever, cause me, as corny as it may sound, as much you may hear it, I'm a peace type of guy, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
I love being in an area where the vibes are there, you know, like anybody else.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I'm a journalist. The reason why I love doing this podcasting thing, if I got to, I'll come to the hood, I'll come to the jungle, I'll do this or that, whether my safety is there. Well, I'm assuming whoever I'm talking to wouldn't put me in some bullshit situation, but if it happens and you can't control it, I get it. But I'm one of them niggas that I like to, no Diddy, but I like to be in raw situations. You know what I'm saying? Would it ever come to a point where, can niggas tell when someone's an outsider? Or is it just, if I'm rolling with you and you get caught with you, what happens, happen?
Well, how it is out here, bro, if you or an outsider, like anybody with them guys is a target. You know what I'm saying? This is why I really don't have outsiders. Like if I'm in the trench, outsiders, you gotta be safeguarded in a way where I don't got you out here. Cause when they slide folk and they ain't gonna ask no questions, anybody over here is from over here. You know what I'm saying? Even if you just pulling up on me and you just, you ain't pulling up on them, you ain't affiliated with them, you affiliated with us. You know what I'm saying? So, in they eyes or in the eyes of the enemy, it's like, bro, anybody that's from where you from, like you, support you, think you cool, or fuck with you on any type of level, they can be killed and got too. You know what I'm saying? Whether they are innocent outsider or not. You know what I'm saying? Like, because it's all about who you affiliated with, really, bro.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Like if you affiliated with me, then that mean the guys who don't like me don't like you. You know what I'm saying? And that's just anybody. If you was affiliated, yeah, you guilty by association off rip. So that's how it go, man. So outsiders really don't exist out here because once you even start, it's like, bro, we done had guys who come from our hoods but stayed in school and never dropped diss songs or say nothing negative about the guys who we was in tour with, but when them niggas caught them, they did them just like the nigga who was shooting at them.
Crazy.
You know what I'm saying? Like they ain't ride past him like, man, yeah, he from over there, but he stay in school. He playing sports. He doing the right thing. No, they look at a guy who hoop and don't be in the streets for real. Same way they look at a motherfucker who jumping out them cars and sliding, folk. Because if you from over there, and you don't get caught nowhere you don't supposed to be at. That's what Pappy said.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
If you're not from there, don't go there. If you're not from here, don't come here. Yeah. Holy, now I get that. Now, all the things that you just explained, I assume that plays a big role into the music. You know what I'm saying? Obviously, all the stuff you talk about is your reality, the reality you go through. Is there anything of that you'd wish you'd be able to change, or you wouldn't change nothing for the world?
I mean, bro, honestly, to be honest with you, like, being where I'm from is a privilege. That's just how I feel. You know what I'm saying? Like, being who I am myself, but also growing up around all of the guys that made it from my block or became a face or a known or hot commodity from where I'm from, that's a privilege within itself. So I don't want to say I would change nothing, but at the same time, just having hindsight and knowing what I know now, there's definitely certain things that I would change as far as just like dropping out of school to chase the streets. I dropped out of school, man. I was playing football and shit like that. Like,
oh, you was playing football?
Yeah.
What position?
I was a running back.
What?
Yeah.
Nah, I ain't gonna. I could have get. You got the body shape.
Yeah.
Okay, I see.
Yeah, I was a running back, man. And
you could run.
Yeah, I could run, bro.
Okay. And I guess because of the way everything was going in life, you had to switch up.
Yeah, like, I mean, actually, bro, to be honest with you, I was already in the streets when I became a running back. You know what I'm saying? Only reason I was able to play sports and shit like that was because, you know, I had ended up, my mom, you know, she wanted better for us, and we was getting in trouble in grammar school and shit. So when we graduated, we went to a school, me and my sister, where it wasn't in the hood. It wasn't around nobody we knew. It was actually in another city, a suburban city in Illinois, a city maybe 35, 40 minutes away called Joliet. So when I went out there, I was basically like living a different type of life. And on weekdays, I would be in school. I would be at practice. I would even be in games on Saturdays or Fridays. But it was maybe Friday or Saturday. But I would even play games. You know what I'm saying? And then on top of that, that's when it got like on the weekend though. I'm in the trench. I'm off to Chief Keef. You know what I'm saying? I'm doing everything bad kids do, bro. You know what I'm saying? At that time, so that was what was going on in my life. You know what I'm saying? It was happening that type of way. It was going on.
Yeah. Good. All right, now earlier we was talking about Mr. Play for Keeps. You know what I'm saying? Now what was your relationship with LA? You know what I'm saying? What did y'all know each other since babies? Did y'all Dukes know each other, your OGs, and then y'all hooked up from then? How'd it go?
It's so crazy because our moms did know each other because our moms from the low end too. You know what I'm saying? So our moms did know each other and shit like that. But we kind of met and I was probably like 8th grade. You know what I'm saying? And you know, like my hood, where I'm from, 600, bro. I've been over there my whole life. Even before all the gangs that was over there got made, I was over there because my grandma stayed in 6253 South Michigan, which is the white building in our hood. And I was always there. You know what I'm saying? My mom stayed there. Her other 2 daughters had apartments there. And before they even was old enough to have cribs, my grandma stayed in there and they lived there. So I always been in my hood. You know what I'm saying? Now LA, his story was different. You know what I'm saying? He had ran into one of the guys who was from our hood and in school, and they started jamming together to the point where he brought LA to the block type shit, and LA just never left after that. You know what I'm saying? When we was young, man, probably like 13 years old or some shit like that, he came to the hood and he just never left.
Yeah. And that's how y'all started clicking. Y'all just started doing everything together.
Man, because once we started talking to each other, we realized that we had more in common than we knew. You know what I'm saying? Like he was the only boy in his household. I was the only boy in my household. You know what I'm saying? All sisters. His daddy was dead. My daddy was in the feds. You know what I'm saying? So like we didn't have fathers. We was the man of the house, so to speak. And we was trying to just find our own. Our moms was doing everything they could to make sure we had the best and lived a certain way when we was at our homes. And, you know, we just had a lot in common. You know, we loved the hoes and, you know, they thought we was handsome little boys. So we just always could just, like when I got a group of bitches pulling up, I know me and LA can run a 2-man.
Got that 2-man on deck.
Like, me and LA ran 1,000 2-man, and he died when I was 16. Just let you know, like we was active, folks. You know what I'm saying? So, me and bro, we just was more alike than we knew, and that's how we really started jamming, folks.
Now, when you got the news, you know what I'm saying? I assume you remember exactly where you was doing, all that type of stuff. Can you take me back and tell me what was going on, where you was at, who gave you the news, all that type of stuff?
So I was coming from somewhere with my cousin, which is actually Fatso Mama, YFG Fatso. I was with his mom somewhere. That's my little cousin. So I was with his mom. We was coming from somewhere, and she was dropping me off to the crib, and as I was pulling up to the crib, I got a call. And at first I thought this was Gotti, but then I have to remember this was actually Hannah from Pretty in Pink. And she called me and she told me that LA had just got shot. Mind you, LA had got shot previously before this, and I was right there. But this time that when they called me, it just felt different. Like, because when LA got shot the first time, me being right there, seeing how calm, relaxed he was, I think it gave me a sense of relief to the point where, like, when he was in the hospital them days, I ain't even go see him. I ain't even go do nothing. You know what I'm saying? I was just very, sure that he was all right. So, but this time when I got the call, I kind of felt like different. Like, it felt like, get up there. You know what I'm saying? So I ended up trying to get a ride because my cousin was dropping me off, and I ended up tweeting Dirk. You know what I'm saying? Because at the time Smirk was fucking with him, and I needed a ride. So I'm thinking I'm gonna tell Smirk he gonna come grab me, and we gonna go down there. So I ended up tweeting Smirk. He ended up telling me like, man, send your line. I tweaked and sent my line right on Twitter. Like, I ain't
like the main page.
Yeah, like we tweeting each other, and he say, send your line. I'm like, you heard what just happened in LA? No, send your line. I send my line, and then I send my line. He like, no, you tweaking. DM your line, like, inbox.
How long was it already up for?
Yeah, it was up. Like, he was on point. He was hitting me right back, but at the same time, it still was Lil Durk. So like, people, hella fans got my number. It was people calling me and shit at first, and then it was him. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, all right, damn, I tweaked a little bit, but I had to. I don't even know. This how new all this shit is to me at the time. Like, you know what I'm saying? Everything still new. This 2013. For them had just got on in 2012. So all this celebrity shit still was new. You know what I'm saying? So like, he called me and shit. I'm trying to tell him like, man, I need a ride. They saying LA just got shot here at Northwestern. He like, shit, my BM just left in my car. Shit, if you find a ride, come grab me. So in the midst of all that, my cousin hit me trying to find a ride. She like, fuck it, I'll take you down there.
To the hospital?
Yeah, she like, I'll take you down there. So I went and had her grab Dirt. And then we went down there, you know what I'm saying? And we went down there. He was already in surgery. I met Mama LA downstairs. And when I met her downstairs, she sent me up, gave me the visitation patch thing, and we went upstairs. We was up there for about 30 minutes. And then the doctors came out. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And it was 2 doctors that came out and like 2 police officers. The doctors had blood all over their motherfucking robes and shit. And I remember Dirk tapping me because I think my head was in my phone. I was sitting down and my head was in my phone, and he tapped me. He like, man, because he was sitting next to me. And he like, man, they ass tweaking. They coming out like they finna say folks ain't make it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And once they said that, they ended up calling, and it was like, could his immediate family come this way?
Damn.
And once they called and said that, all his cousins, aunties, and stuff like that, they just started walking over there, and I had a weird feeling, so I ain't walk over there. But as soon as the doctor opened their mouth, man, it was like a instant cry out, oh my God, and I already knew. At that point, I already knew what was going on, and I just, it didn't even hit me like the crying shit at that point. I just started calling niggas from the block, and so I started calling folks and them, Booker 22 and them and shit like that, and I was spreading the word, and they started bugging up. I was hearing folks and them bug up on the phone as I'm telling them he ain't make it, and shit like that, and that's just how that went.
Damn. See, to me. So yeah, getting news like that got to be difficult. And these are things, look, it's been 12, 13 years later, and you still remember. You know what I'm saying? So obviously, I assume you think about it day to day.
All the time, man. I think about it. It's never really a time. Like, anytime I'm having too much fun, I always think about, like, if he was here, what he'd be doing. Like, that type of shit, Like, and, it just can't help it. You know what I'm saying? Because I know life, it just be so much more different. I don't even want to say, like, different in a bad way. Just different in he's here and, he able to make his impact on the game type of way. You know what I'm saying? So I think about that shit often, even 12 years later, almost 13. It'll be 13 years in September.
This September?
Yeah.
Whew. Time's flying.
September 26th.
Almost 15 years. Golly. Now, with all, because obviously, you know what I'm saying, like, with how long you've been in the game, that's not the only death you had to deal with. Don't you think a lot of us black men, we speak down on these type of things, but have you ever had the thought of therapy, going to a therapist, talking to him or her about the shit that you've seen, done, gone through, all that type of stuff?
Yeah, I had a therapist at one point, man. I ain't even gonna lie, because it just was a lot in life, period. You know what I'm saying? And you just keep hearing about, you just keep getting recommendations for therapy and shit like that. And it was happening a lot. You know what I'm saying? It got to a point where, like, I feel like everybody I was just that knew me or knew like my hood or what we was experiencing at that age, they was starting to just throw out the word therapy, or, you know, he's trying to throw out the word therapeutic. You know what I'm saying? It's like finding ways to, like, you know, get shit off you. You know what I'm saying? And, you know, I had to get a therapist and shit, and it was actually a cool experience. It just was just like weird. You know what I'm saying? At first, you had to break out of the shell of talking to a stranger, and you know, as even at that age, just you gotta put up such a hard front. Like, a lot of shit don't phase you, so it's kind of weird in the sense being vulnerable to a stranger. You know what I'm saying? And shit like that. But I definitely tried therapy, and it wasn't a bad experience at all, actually, after a while.
Is this something you could see yourself going back to? Or it's not really for you for the time being?
I mean, it ain't not even that it's not for me, bro. It's more that, like, I feel like I figured out how to deal with things. You know what I'm saying? Like, at one point, when you that young, you know what I'm saying, you going through those motions where it's like a lot of shit just new still. Like, even though that wasn't my first dead homie, this was like my first 3 years of gang life. You know what I'm saying? So at that point, I'm still, even though I was doing a bunch of grown-up shit, I was still a baby. And I was going through a lot. Like I said, I had already, at that point, had 10 plus dead homies. You know what I'm saying? Just counting, like, the ones from my block and O block, and Len Ryan probably was more around 15. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So,
and this is 2012.
This 2013, yeah.
Holy.
So, like, I was already used to that. But at the end of the day, that was my right hand.
Yeah.
So it was a different feeling. You know what I'm saying? It was a different feeling and a whole different ball game. So at this point, you know, I became numb to a lot of shit, and I know how to deal with things as an adult way better than I dealt with them as a child. You know what I'm saying? So that's just, it came, and I got better with time on that shit, and I didn't need the assistance. They diagnosed me with PTSD when I came home from prison. So, you know, just, you know, I had to address a lot of shit with growth and life and going through shit and getting through shit by experience. You know what I'm saying? And that helped me to the point where I didn't need therapy.
Yo, it's crazy. It's crazy hearing you talk like this, because you wouldn't expect the type of stereotype you get from someone who's from out here. You get like the real tough, pistol toting, you know what I'm saying, banging this, banging that. So to hear you speak on a mature level about therapists, about missing the homies, this and that, it's nice, because it shows that, like, y'all are human. Obviously, we know you're human, but, like, it's not this tough front we always see online.
Yeah, I always tell people, man, that's just like from abroad or, like, you know, from other places, like, I feel like a lot of these stereotypes is not man-made, like, as far as us. Like, I feel like people have their perceptions of us because they can see what's going on through social media, and they feel like that just makes us, like, we feel like we the fucking baddest people on the planet. But honestly, like, when you the more you meet Chicago guys and even gals, you will find out, like, we really humble people, and we don't use the shit we've been through to, like, boast ourselves or, like, brag about, like, what type of people we is. That's some machine shit created from outsiders that, like, I don't want to say threatened by us or how we are or what they think we is, but it's more like they just create their own narratives about us. You know what I'm saying? A lot of us ain't as rough all the time as people think. You know, like, you can only see so much through social media, and of course when the cameras is on, everybody putting a certain game face on.
Yeah.
But, you know, when you really get up on people, man, you figure out that everybody is experiencing something, and we all vulnerable to something. You know what I'm saying? So it's definitely not no shit that I feel like we was not. Don't get me wrong, those guys do exist out here, and they all dead. You know what I'm saying? They are all the super tough guys that was acting like they was just all this big bad bravado and energy that they carried, and acting like they was the baddest man on the planet. Them niggas got killed. You know what I'm saying? For moving and thinking that way. So me being a guy who go through my own experiences, but also know how to learn from watching other people put their hand in the fire. Like every time I learned something, it wasn't off my own experience. It was from somebody else fronting they move or making a mistake or doing something. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, I learned from others as well as I learned from my own decisions. Yeah. So it's something that like out here, all that shit gonna catch up to you, bro. So you either just gotta, you know, lock in and be realistic about life, or you live your life like you the toughest man and the baddest man on the planet, and then that shit gonna happen to you, bro. So I try to stay away from that.
You see, the thing I like about this is this gotta be like my 250th interview that I've done since I've started this. And what I notice about a lot of people that I have, cause I'll take anybody that got any type of business going on that it takes serious, I have them on. But majority I've had rappers. And what I notice about rappers is when the camera's not on, hey yo, you good if I do this? Are you okay if I do it? They're real polite, real cool, mellow, you know what I'm saying? As soon as that camera comes on, you see you almost can see the switch. I'll never forget, I had this one dude on when I was in Toronto. I had him on, he pulled up to the crib, the nigga's at my B&B offering me water at my own B&B. You know what I'm saying? This nigga's doing this. I'm like, damn, is this the same guy? Right. And then literally, as soon as he saw that red light, I could see him adjusting himself into character, and then the bullshit started. So I'm looking at him like, damn, that's not how you really act? Because the whole time, I've only ever seen him on TV, so I'm thinking like, this is really how you move. And then when you meet these people in real life, you see that like, everyone has a soul. Everyone's just not one person. With you, I can already tell like you have a mature side, because I've seen many interviews and how you rock, how you move. You know what I'm saying? So seeing you like this doesn't really surprise me, but it's just nice to see, because here I am, you know what I'm saying? If this was a few years back and I was interviewing you, I'd be like, all right, bro, I already know there's gonna be 30 niggas outside. Right. I gotta dab up a few, you know what I'm saying? I know some of them gonna look at me crazy because I'm an outsider, this and that. And like, it's crazy that I didn't have to run into any of that. Yeah. That's what I was expecting. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So maturity goes a long way.
Yeah, man. Like, I feel like, bro, I'm 28 now. See, a lot of people... 30's
right there.
Yeah. Like, damn. I'm getting there, bro. So it's like, man, a lot of people got introduced to us when we was 15, 14, 16. And, you know, the way we acted then, I feel like it would even be foolish in a way, because so much didn't happen for us to grow from and mature from since we first hit the scene. Where honestly, I feel like anybody from my era that was introduced at that point in time, if you move in a certain way, still to this day, you kind of frowned upon. Like, people might not tell you to your face, but behind your back, they look at you like a goofy. Like, oh, he's still on the same shit. He still got the same mindset. He still move the same way. And the older you get, the certain shit is just not tolerable. You know what I'm saying? It's just not cool no more. You know what I'm saying? And like with me, that's why I don't fault young niggas for doing what they do, but I also understand that me at a certain age, I can't do what they do. You know what I'm saying? Like I grew up from that. I gotta move this way. Certain shit that's acceptable at 17 and isn't acceptable at 27. You know what I'm saying? And that's just the truth. You know what I'm saying? You can do certain shit and people are like, oh, he's just a shorty. You know what I'm saying? And he gotta learn. But when you a certain age, it's like you're expected to know better than that. You know what I'm saying? And I understand that, so I always try to carry that with me. Like, I should know better than that. Especially me. Like, everybody don't got the same learning curve, but me specifically, like, all the shit I done been through and been introduced to and been around for, like, I specifically should know better than that. You know what I'm saying? So that's how I carry it.
You see, I like that because It's funny you say that. I got a homie, or not a homie. He's like my homie's little brother. The little homie, he's like 13, 14, and he ran into this lady that he's fucking with. He's saying, this is the one, I trust her with everything, this and that. And we're all telling him, yo, listen, we call this puppy love. You know what I'm saying? Don't take it serious, take it from us, because I'm 26. Take it from us. If you're lucky, this might be the one you marry. But like, she might be the one to dog you out, she might be the one this and that. It's nah, y'all don't know what you're talking about, she's different. You know, every nigga will always say she's different. So like, all right. So to what you're saying, Yumbo, let him learn. He's gonna learn. It's gonna hurt, but he gotta learn his way, because the best teacher is life. You can't force someone to learn something if they don't want to learn it.
You gotta learn through experience, man. And then sometimes that's just the harsh truth. You know what I'm saying? Everybody just can't be told something and then it stick. You know what I'm saying? Some people gotta, like I said, put their hand in the fire to find out that it's hot. You know what I'm saying? Everybody can't watch you or listen to you say, hey bro, the fire hot, don't touch it. Like some niggas gotta put their hand in that, bro. And I learned that. Like, so when you know that, man, you will just let a lot of niggas do what they do. That's why I got shorties and a lot of shit I try to teach them, but I understand at the same time, like, some shit they gonna just have to learn from putting their hand in the fire. You know what I'm saying? And finding out that it's hot. And I keep that in retrospect all the time.
No, I like that. The best teacher is life. You know what I'm saying? You just gotta let it happen. Now that was all the questions I personally want to know. Now this is some of the stuff that I got written down. It's a lot, but you know what I'm saying, I won't make it too long. Now, you at the mindset you are right now, you're 28, you know what I'm saying, soon to hit 29. Is there, like, I know you're more on the Twitch side, the streaming side, and we're gonna get into that also, but in the music world, is there anyone in this city that you haven't collabed with that you would love to? Maybe you can't because of politics, you haven't ran into him or her yet, and why?
I mean, as far as want to work with, bro, I really don't even... Cause like, bro, I'm gonna be honest with you. Like, I be feeling like I have worked with a lot of guys because I'm connected to them in a certain way. Like, I ain't never did a song with her, but her my man's.
Okay.
I never did a song with Keith, but that's my boy. Okay. You know what I'm saying? Like, I know these guys personally. So even though like I feel like I'm in a space right now, bro, with this content creator shit, it's like the lane that I'm in right now with this shit is what's driving me. Like, don't get me wrong, rap is still fun, it still pay my bills, but the content creator space is more of a space that I'm attracted to right now, and I would more like do the rap shit just because I know I got the following, the fan base, and the talent to do it. Not just put all my eggs in that basket, rather. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh man, I'm a rapper, and you know that's something that I care about still, but you know, not focused on as far as who I need to collab with to go crazy or to get noticed. You know, because I'm noticed. You know what I'm saying? And the space that I'm in right now with this content shit, bro, like, it's more peaceful. You know what I'm saying? Like, I be feeling like with rap, bro, it is too much politicking. You know what I'm saying? It's too much having to fuck with niggas that you probably wouldn't have fucked with if you didn't try to, like, one trying to go up or one trying to, like, power your motherfucking career forward. You know what I'm saying? Like, with this content space, I can wake up and go live and put some money in my pocket before I even leave the house. And it's just me. You know what I'm saying? It ain't me having to collab with this guy and all of that helps even in this space, collabing with people and having the connections, but you can literally go your whole content creator career on your own. And up to this point, that's what I've done. You know what I'm saying? And it's worked out very, very well. Now, mind you, I know collabing with people could even do even more, but at the same time, it's like, man, I know in this space, bro, ain't nobody blackball, gatekeep, nothing. Like, the biggest streamers can't gatekeep the smallest ones, because if the fans fuck with you or your content or what you doing, your message, your vibe, that's what it is. Like, nobody can never undercut that or undermine that. You know what I'm saying? And that gives you a certain level of peace. I feel like music can't bring, because at the end of the day, you eventually gonna have to, like, dick ride somebody or buddy somebody your way into a door or a room that you probably ain't gonna be in unless you do that. You know what I'm saying? And that's the type of shit that it's like, it's kind of like, you know, one of the downfalls of just that being you know,
music.
Yeah, like doing music, man. You gonna be stuck having to do certain sucker shit to get up in the next level or get in the next door. You know what I'm saying? And with content creating, it's the total opposite.
Dog, let me say something. You brought up a name, Herbo. My guy did me dirty a few months back. You know what I'm saying? I just gotta bring this up real quick before I forget. I'm at the JFK airport, where was I? I was at the Fort Lauderdale airport going to New York, and I'm waiting to get on the plane. You know what I'm saying? As I'm waiting to get on the plane, out the blue, 808 and Herbo pop out the cut. They just come out of nowhere. So I turn around, I see them, because I'm one of them niggas. I gotta know what's going on. It's not like I got anything after me. That's just how I am. I look everywhere. So I see this nigga with face tats all over. I'm like, yo, I know this. Where do I know him from? Yeah. So I'm like, hold on, that ain't 808 and G Herbo. That can't be. I take a double look. I'm like, no way. So me being the type of nigga that I am, I went straight up to him. I was like, yo, not to be on no weirdo shit. I fuck with both of y'all. I got a podcast going on. I would love to have y'all on. I know y'all niggas come with bread. Shit, I didn't think I'd be seeing y'all, so if I could get a quick little 2-minute interview. You know what I'm saying? My guy said, yo, I got you when we land. Herbo said, I got you when we land. I said, say less. So me, I'm on the plane, I'm all excited, talking to the homies. Yo, y'all won't believe who's on the plane with me, 808, G Herbo, woo. Nigga, the plane lands. I make direct, because we get to the carousel where we get our bags. I'm looking for him. I make direct eye contact with Herbo. You know what I'm saying? We made eye contact. The nigga looked the other way, dipped. I was like, nah. You know what I'm saying? Those are one of the things. My nigga just tell me no. It's good. Yeah. I'm not the type of guy to do all that extra shit. You know what I'm saying? Nah. You said the name that I just came to me.
I probably feel like though, like you gotta understand, G, like just like not even just take up for folks them, but just put you in their mindset of what could have been going on. Like, bro, Herb been popping and rapping forever. Sizzle been doing these things and doing their thing forever. You know what I'm saying? So whatever you did, bro, in that airport, wasn't the first, wasn't the last, wasn't the 100 or 1,000 times some shit like that happened to them. And it gets to a point, like I heard Herb speak about just like airport experiences, man, like, and how he just be trying to get to where he going. You know what I'm saying? Like he done had people walk up on the way he got his kids ask for pictures, and he don't like that. You know what I'm saying? Like sometimes he be feeling like he's in a rush, or like he got to get to where he going. You know what I'm saying? And like a lot of famous people deal with this paparazzi, or like people running up to him asking them for shit. Like this is some everyday shit niggas go through. So you gonna have to turn a lot of niggas down, or like Herb a good guy, bro. So he probably was on some smooth shit, trying to not be on no, oh yeah, man, I'm gonna tell you no, like on some weird shit. Like niggas be wanna do shit, bro, and that's just me knowing him. Like if he could, he would with a lot of shit, bro. But has time set up, his schedule, what he be having going on. You know what I'm saying? Like it probably ain't line up. Like it probably was on some shit. Like when they got to the airport, they was probably late. They had to go.
You see, that's why I didn't take it too deep. But I'm just one of them niggas. Like I get it. Not everybody. You could just say no and move on, because some will take it to heart. I get that. My thing was, I guess he wouldn't know, but I'm one of them niggas. Yo, nah, bro, I'm not doing it.
Yeah, cool. Because like, bro, you gotta understand too. Like niggas be trying to like he care about how he viewed out here. You know what I'm saying? Like, and people do clout chasing ass shit. Like they would have you came up on and he told you no. Now you on Instagram or TikTok. Like, oh man, I ran into G Herbo. He weird. He ain't who he act like he is, and like niggas don't be trying to deal with that, bro. Because people do that. Like people will literally turn you telling them no into a way to clout chase within itself. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, oh, that nigga told me no, he not real. I asked for a 2-minute interview. He got up out of that. Like, niggas don't be trying to do that, folk. You know what I'm saying? Niggas be just trying to, like, take care of everybody if they can, bro. But a lot of shit, things have to happen, fall in line, and be in the right place. Like, man, Herb is a busy guy, folk. You know what I'm saying? Like, he a busy dude. He always got something going on. Always got to get where he trying to go. So, probably just was one of those things where he didn't want to just blow you off, but at the same time, But at the same time, it wasn't something that he could actually do for real at the time. That's probably what it was, folks.
See, now I ain't gonna hold you. I didn't think about it like that. Me, I was just thinking like, yo, again, I'm just one of them niggas. If you didn't want to do it, it's
bro,
cool.
I'ma just
think
for myself. Like, bro, I've been turned for a long time, and like you get random situations and people like you be literally having to safeguard yourself. Like then it be guys like that'll get you. You'll try to do some cool shit for them, give them a 2-minute interview, and they asking about a certain shit. Where it's like, bro, that was that was distasteful as hell. Like I'm finna give you some player shit, and you got to ask me about me and my baby mama, or you got to send bringing up certain questions, trying to like instigate shit. Like everybody just not thorough, bro. You know what I'm saying? So as people like us, we take on a lot just even trying to make certain shit like that happen when we don't know what type of people that we dealing with. You know what I'm saying? So it could be it's a lot of factors that come into that like type of shit, man. Like that's why you only see people who really talk to people. They'll talk to TMZ or something like that. They know them. They know what they're about or certain shit like that. And a lot of people won't even talk to them because they know TMZ got a negative connotation. They probably finna ask weird shit. Nigga trying to evade. And like you say, you was flying into New York, bro. That's flying into New York and LA, bro. That type of shit that happened to you. Like when people just run up on you and want to talk to you because them the busiest airports and shit like. And people know that like I can go to that airport and see somebody famous landing or at baggage claim or it's just like that in those type of airports. Atlanta like that too. You know what I'm saying? And Florida. You know what I'm saying? That's why you seen them. Last time I was in Florida, I seen Fat Joe on the cart riding to his gate. You know what I'm saying? Like you're gonna see famous people in Florida airports, even Texas airports, even like New York and Cali. You know what I'm saying? Those type of places. So and I know just from knowing him, he visits those type of places frequently. So this is something that's probably happening more often than you can even know.
All the time.
You know what I'm saying? All the time. You know what I'm saying? And he probably one of those people where it's like he don't know you to know what type of nigga you is to really bless you like this. And sometimes niggas say yeah, bro, and then he had that little 2.5-3 hour flight to think about it like
hell no, I ain't trying to do that shit.
In the
back of his mind, like, I hope I don't see this nigga.
Yeah, he probably like, man, I'm probably just get up on about it. Like this is light work. You know what I'm saying? You caught him off guard, he like, yeah, I got you off the plane, folks. And then when he got off the plane, he probably like, nah, this nigga probably a weirdo. You know what I'm saying? It's just a lot that could have been working for, bro. That's why it's good to talk to people and catch them in settings where it's like, before we even get to work and we can have a real conversation, or you can really see what type of person I am, because people like us, that matters, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like I ain't even gonna lie, like I pick and choose who I work with too because of shit like that. You know what I'm saying? Not on no weird shit or no duck and shit. It's just like, bro, people be having a motive, so you gotta protect your own energy, folks. Everybody ain't out to
you know what I'm saying. Going through your page, I noticed you had the same profile picture for a little bit. You know what I'm saying? If I'm not mistaken, Drose 600. You know what I'm saying? Is that who that is?
That definitely is.
Okay, now let me ask you. Obviously 600. I know y'all from the same area. Who is he to you? What is he to you? And why is he your profile picture? Why is that so important to you?
Well, that's my brother, man. I knew D-Rose before we was even in the streets. We used to sit in each other's crib and play video games and argue about everything. We used to argue about so much shit. That's why I knew he was my homie. You know what I'm saying? And it was just shit like that, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like it was just that type of shit where it was like, man, that's my brother. And we was jammed up like that. We was the little boys. Our mamas called each other son. You know what I'm saying? And that was before the streets when we was kids. So I always remembered that. And, he been through a lot since we was children. You know what I'm saying? D-Rose started going to jail when we was like 16 years old. He got locked up for attack. Went to the juvie, came home.
You said for attack? Oh, attack.
Yeah, attack.
Okay.
He got locked up for a gun.
Yeah.
And then when he got locked up for a gun, came home. Then he got locked up for attempt murder. Beat the attempt murder after doing like 18 months, almost 2 years in jail. And then when he was out about 4-5 months, and then he went to jail for a murder. And he been in jail for the murder ever since. And I just seen how the police targeted him and You know, even how he was done in certain instances where I feel like niggas ain't reached back for him how they should. Him going to trial with a PD being who he is and knowing all the niggas he know that got deals and, you know, got on and shit like that, and he still had to go a certain way. So at the end of the day, man, you know, I'm one of them guys. I'm trying to keep real guys, you know, keep them alive out here. You know what I'm saying? And regardless of if it's minuscule or it means something more, you know, everything helps, man. You know what I'm saying? So just making them out profile picture, making sure he ain't forgot out here, or he know he's not been forgotten out here.
Yeah. Now with all that being said, because I also when I was searching him up, I saw a lot of people were saying this the one man that got locked up for something he didn't do. You know what I'm saying? In a lot of cases, we always hear he didn't do it, she didn't do it. Is this something like that actually wasn't done, or there's not enough proof, or they're just holding him because they know they can?
They holding him because they know he can. You know, like, there was some shit where basically, like, I seen him. He was a target. D-Rose, you know, he come from under that Chief Keef era. Like, he was get his name shouted out in songs like I was, but it was Keef. And, you know, Keef is basically like Martin Luther King of drill, folk. Like, you know what I'm saying? So whatever he was saying coming up, it resonated with the police on a whole different level. So him yelling D-Rose's name in his songs, it made D-Rose as the target. And then just being who he actually was and doing what he was actually doing out here, he was always a target by the police. You know what I'm saying? So he was always, like, they was always looking for a way to try to keep him in. And when he beat that attempt murder, you know, like, sometimes when you come from under charges, bro, like, you become even more of a target. You know what I'm saying? Because the police, they so infatuated with trying to figure out a way to keep you in. Once you touch the streets again, it's like you beat them. So now y'all playing this game. You know what I'm saying? Y'all playing this game. And if you give them a way to crack you, they will. And I guess they feel like they had him this time. And when they got him, they cracked him.
Crazy.
Make sure he ain't never come home or come home right away. But, you know, Hope's still alive. He can get a pill, shit like that.
See, I guess it's one of those things just to remind the people you can't beat the system. No matter who you are, what you're trying to do, we're always going to find something on you. You know what I'm saying? So it might be one of those cases. How much time is he looking at right now?
Well, he already got 40 years for that shit. 40? Yeah, D-Rose got 40.
God damn, and how long has he been in for?
11.
40?
Yeah, he got 40 years.
Well, that's football numbers. Holy.
Yeah, he got 40 years.
So is there, because I don't know the rules and regulations, laws, the jurisdiction, all that type of stuff for Chicago. Is there any point where they're going to reopen the case where they could reopen it, or is it?
Well, that's what the appeals is for. You know what I'm saying? The appeal process is for him to get back in court and, you know, have a new trial for the shit. You know what I'm saying?
40.
But it, like, if he don't ever win the appeal to even get back in court and have his case retried, yeah, he got to do the 40.
And how old he is right now?
D-Rose is my age. He 28. 28? He probably, matter of fact, he just made 29 in June.
And is it 25 minimum? And then you get to look at parole type shit?
Nah.
Straight 40.
Yeah, so every murder is at 85 to 100%. So when he got 40, which was 11 years, well, it was 9 years ago, because he was in the county for 2 years before he got to 40 years and then had to go to prison to serve his time.
Damn.
So his out date is like 2054. 54? Yeah, 2054.
Yo, get the fuck.
So he been locked up since 2014. So 2024, 2034, 2044, 2054. Yeah, that was his. That's dog. Yeah, his out date is 2054.
Dog, these are one of those things where we take what we do every single day for granted. Literally, I wake up in the morning, I'm like, damn, I don't even know what I'm gonna do tomorrow. Fuck it, I'm gonna just find out when tomorrow comes. He knows exactly where he's gonna be tomorrow, what he's gonna eat tomorrow. Nah.
Yeah, bro. Nah. It definitely was one of those things where it keeps you. In a certain way, you appreciative in a way.
Most definitely.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like, of little things. Because one thing about me just going to prison, I definitely understand that, like, you can be in a certain situation and like once you go to prison and you able to make it out, or you even go to jail and you able to make it out, you realize like, man, like even the smallest things in this world is a blessing. Because in jail, like, man, I remember being in jail, like excited about shit that's like regular out here. Like, man, I remember I was in prison on Thanksgiving, and I remember them like feeding us like food that just wasn't jail food, and everybody in jail being like super ecstatic, like to finally being able to eat something else. And it's just like in jail, that shit is just like some of the best blessings you can get. But in the world, like, man, that's food that you can eat every day.
Every day.
You know what I'm saying? And in jail, we around this bitch like, oh yeah, we finna have chicken, and this is like, man, they eating chicken every day in the world. You know what I'm saying? Like, niggas eating turkey every day in the world. Niggas eating fucking macaroni and shit like that all the time in the world. But in jail, we in this bitch eating cock on the sock, no diddy, or like slick meat sandwiches.
Yo, hold on. What'd you just say?
Yeah, some shit in jail. They serve your ass a cock on the sock, bro.
Hold on. Since you said that, no homo, I just remembered some shit. Rico Reckless. You know who that is.
Yeah.
He says some shit. It was an interview with this fat dude. I don't remember the dude's name.
I don't know where this gay shit started from, but this was going on. In Chicago, Cook County Jail, they will knock you the fuck out.
Cold. Knock you out
when you
cold.
hit that ground, you will hear this. Get that butt! Motherfucker gets that. Nah.
My fault. I'll put it somewhere here at some point. But in this one interview, he said in the county jail, in the prison, whichever one it is, somewhere in Chicago, two niggas will get into a fight. One dude knocks your ass out. Like you're out cold, snoring, everything. They split your butt cheeks open. They put peanut butter, jelly, all that type. Is that real?
Yeah, Savage Squad.
That's real.
That's real life, man. And
okay, hold on. My fault for interrupting. I got another question on top of that question. Is it gay or not gay? Because I heard it's not gay because it's in prison. When you fucking on another nigga, it's not gay because it's in prison. Obviously no homo, but like I heard it's not gay because it's in prison. It's jail. That's how they roll.
Gay. That shit gay, bro. Like in Iraq, if you get caught fucking a man in jail,
you know what I'm saying? There's like, no way to put it.
Yeah, like nah. But the Savage Squad shit, even though it's gay activity for sure, it's not frowned upon or looked at as gay by people. Like people actually take credit and have pride of did some shit like that to somebody, bro. That's like a disrespectful thing, like a disrespect thing to the enemy. Like, nigga, I'm gonna disrespect you and make you a bitch. You know what I'm saying? Like, knock you out, get your ass spit in, and then they got the new one where they put the chili season pack in your shit. Like, you know, from the noodles, man, they'll take it's called spicing you up. You know what I'm saying? You'll wake up with a wet, hot ass. You know what I'm saying? You done got your ass spit in while you was asleep, and they put the chili seasoning from the noodle pack down your shit. So now you waking up with a wet, spiced up ass. And then they got the Glock Dookies too. You know what I'm saying? They got the 30s.
And what that mean, Glock Dookies? So
you would take a shampoo bottle, right? A long shampoo bottle. Like when your shampoo bottle is like empty, people will keep the shampoo bottle. And let's just say you had an enemy on the deck or some shit like that that's with you. And, you know, either both of y'all out your cell, or you brought your Glock Dookie from out your cell, or maybe he in his cell and you out your cell. You know what I'm saying? And you walk up to his chuck hole, which is basically just the hole that's in the cell door, and you will shit him down. Because the VO5 bottle, the Glock Dookie, is filled with shit, piss, shaving cream, which will, like, if it lands on your hair or some shit like that, it's going to pull it out in patches. You know what I'm saying? And some guys even go further with the disrespect and like beat they shit and put some sperm in there. So now you got a nigga kids all over your head and on top of shit, piss, and shaving cream, which is pulling your hair out. So it's just in jail, guys are just basically figuring out ways to
fuck you up.
Yeah, fuck you up and fuck your head up and send you into a different type of level of like pain through figuring out ways to disrespect the fuck out of you.
And that's the thing, like, how do niggas know this is jail but still do the shit that they do and go? You know what I'm saying? And now they catch themselves in these predicaments, and now that's when they find out who God is. That's when they become Muslim. That's when they, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, why you gotta go through the bullshit first But now I get it.
Mm-hmm.
You're raised in a condition where that's all you know.
Right.
My thing is, there's a point where you gotta like kind of separate yourself from those.
Mm-hmm.
Find a way to move yourself from those. But I guess I can't really speak too much on that. Again, I'm an outsider.
Right.
All I know is the shit that I think works best, which sometimes may not be the thing.
Yeah. Well, a lot of shit, bro. I'm gonna be honest with you. Like, jail is the first place where you really get educated. You know what I'm saying? Like, with a lot of shit, it's the first time you see a lot of shit for yourself. Like, I feel like a lot of people, bro, till they go to jail, they're living in a certain bubble that they family or close friends created for them. That's why I was telling people, like, people like to look down on conversions in jail. Like, people who go to jail Christian, come home Muslim, or go to jail as anything and come home anything else. People look at it like, oh yeah, you a jail Muslim or this and that. But really in jail, bro, like, say for instance with me, right? When I was growing up, bro, I had a whole Christian family, went to church as a kid, never been baptized, but I was raised basically as a Christian, me and all my cousins. So when I went to jail, that was my first time to really learn religions for myself. And it wasn't like I just went and studied Islam and just chose Islam. I studied Buddhism, Hebrew Israelite, Islam. I even studied Christianity because I thought that's what I was. You know what I'm saying? But then I found out and I did my due diligence, read up on a lot of everything that was going on and figured out what I liked for myself. And that's how that came about, bro. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people in jail, this they first time actually like finding out what the fuck they actually like or believe in or agree with as far as religion and shit like that, man. Like, and that's just the facts, bro. You know what I'm saying? You can only know sometimes when you're born in these bubbles and these type of things and situations, you literally have no idea about anything outside of that. And a lot of times jail is your first time being able to just find out something that's outside of what you've been taught. And that's why you see a lot of people going to jail and they come home with a lot of different outlooks on a lot of shit than how it was when they went in.
Now I assume you stay updated with what's going on with Chicago. You know what I'm saying? Are you in tune with the younger generation?
Yeah.
The younger generation's coming up. Yeah, now, I keep fucking up the name. Ike Mana. My fault.
Yeah, you from the
Oh, yeah, okay. Now, what do you know about him? I've heard his tracks. They slap. You know what I'm saying? I want to hear from an older person. You know what I'm saying? To them, you might be the OG. You know, to me, you're 2 years older than me. So I'll refer to you as just the older person. What do you think about the younger generation?
Well, I feel like, just to quickly talk about Ike specifically, I feel like he one of those guys, man, where you could tell he young, new generation, but he was raised by older guys, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? He level-headed. Like, Ike always knew the type of nigga he wanted to be, even though he was raised around a lot of niggas that was like, had a different mindset than him. Like, he was way more mature. He even like took it on himself to go about his business and his rap career in a different way than a lot of niggas did from his block. He don't really even make drill music. He more of a like, his music got a different sound to it. It's street music and it's more of a different speed though. It's more of a different, he got a different aura around it. He got messages in his songs and shit like that. So Ike himself was, he got an old soul, if that makes sense. You know what I'm saying? And you could tell through his music and even the way he acts. But the newer generation, I'm tapped in with all of them. I talk, like I said, Fesso, my little cousin. I talked to Vaughn off 1700. I fuck with him. You know what I'm saying? I know some niggas from Bloodhound and Fully Chop and all of those guys. I know Shorty them and, you know, or like Noah, Shorty them, and I was tapped in with them and shit like that, man. I always make myself available for the new generation.
See, I like that. Even being where you're from and a decade ago, you know what I'm saying, this wouldn't be possible. Y'all are breaking down those barriers, knocking those doors over, showing it's possible. You know
yeah, bro, because like, in my opinion, it's just like, they a lot of shit they do, they got it from us. You know what I'm saying? So, It ain't, and I don't even say that in a negative connotation or in a negative way or light. Like it's just like you grow up seeing certain shit and you see what worked for them. You know what I'm saying? And like one thing about me is like I could tell you what worked and what didn't. You know what I'm saying? I could tell you certain shit, so you don't have to find that out for yourself. You can have all the tools to succeed talking to people like me. You know what I'm saying? Because we went through certain things and a lot of shit worked, but a lot of shit didn't. And we had to go through a lot of trials and tribulations when we made bad decisions, whether it was in our career or street life. You know what I'm saying? So when my thing be with the younger generation, I always try to like make myself available or just, you know, be one of them niggas who like, you know, in tune. I don't never want to be like too stuck in my era because like I said, bro, I am who I am and I'm from where I'm from. So I could be standing next to a little 16-year-old op that I don't know. You know what I'm saying? So I got to keep my ear to the streets and make sure I'm always knowledgeable and aware of a lot of the shorties that's growing up and coming up because some of them naturally don't like us. Yeah. So I got to be aware of not just like who hot coming up, but who coming up from the other side or, you know, like who coming up not fucking with the BDEs and shit like that. I got to be mindful of a lot of this shit. Yeah. So my ears and eyes is always to that bro, and I'm always the ones I fuck with or just the new generation period. I'm always trying to stay tapped in with them, man. I never want to be too caught up in my era.
Okay. Now let me ask you this. Overwhooping. You overwhooping, Mr. Overwhooper, you know what I'm saying? If my memory serves me correctly, originally isn't he from y'all block?
He's from our hood. Yeah. He from the Calumet buildings, which was a building, a project in my hood that got knocked down in the early 2000s. And he was from there. That's where we all know him from and shit like that.
Oh, okay. And what's the whole thing between? Are y'all still cool? Do y'all see each other? Yeah, we fuck with
Jaymane. Everything is all good. I be talking to Jaymane and shit like that, bro. You know, it just is like. In Chicago, bro, like you can literally like moving on the wrong block, one block away can put you on the other side because we share some of these blocks with the ops. Like King Drive, depending on which side you from, you could be from King Drive. Both of y'all could be from King Drive, 61st and King Drive and be total enemies. Literally, you could be from this side of King Drive going towards Calumet and you could be from the other side of King Drive going towards Vernon.
That close.
It's that close. Damn. Like literally, when the building's knocked down and you scattering, your mama moved 2 blocks down that way and folks' mama moved 2 blocks down that way. Now them hoods, y'all done moved into and grew up to be enemy hoods. You know what I'm saying? Crazy. And you can literally end up on the wrong side of the fence just by moving a block in the wrong direction.
Is it the same thing like New York where y'all stay in like 30-story buildings and then right above you is the ops?
No, we ain't got that because we don't even got 30-story project buildings anymore. Like I said, they did away with all that when we was kids, and all of our buildings, them projects was secured by basically one gang. You know what I'm saying? You ain't gonna have the gang, the project buildings split up into 2 different gangs of enemy territory. None of that. You know what I'm saying? If you from this building, this whole building is whatever it is. It ain't gonna be 2 different sets mixed up in this one building. Like he from the Calumet building, that was an all BD building. You know what I'm saying? All the BDs was from the back building. You know what I'm saying? So we don't got that.
Now you went from banging heavy music. Now you're in the Twitch live streaming world. You know what I'm saying? What's that like? Because I've seen a few of your videos and I see you definitely got the personality for it. You know what I'm saying? Would you say being there is more comfortable for you? The bread is more over there?
Yeah, I feel like the streamers is the new rappers. Yeah, like
the streamers make more bread than the rappers, the NBA players, everybody.
Like, bro, like the streaming world is just crazy right now. Like, so if you in that space, bro, like you become one of the big dogs. Like niggas used to probably this didn't even used to be a thing 5-10 years ago for real, but like. In this space right now, the streamers is running it like bitches will fuck streamers fast like they'll fuck a rap or NBA player. Like, you know what I'm saying? So you can't look down on this content creator space in general. Not even, I don't even want to just say streamers, just people like even you, bro. Like, this nigga's like Vlad TV, bro. Like, nigga, he got more money than rappers. You know what I'm saying? Like, he got more money. DJ Academics and those type of dudes, bro, them niggas is eating. You know what I'm saying? And just all from this content creator space. You know what I'm saying? So if what used to be ain't the same no more. The rappers the ones that's broke, which is why, and I know this. This is why I don't put all my eggs in that basket anymore. And I'm happy that I was kind of ahead of the curve as far as like even getting into this space. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Because like this is really the space to be in at this point in time. Like rapping is cool and it still got its benefits and it still can take you out the hood and feed your family and make you rich and wealthy. But this space right now, especially for niggas who come from my background, it's way easier to do. I ain't got to click up and pick up your beef because we did a song together and this and that, man. I can move at my own speed and do everything for myself.
You see, and that's the thing with rappers now, whenever they trying to promote their albums, who they hitting up? The streamers.
Yeah.
The what's it called? Rock Nation, all the big what do you call it, labels? Yeah. They're the ones hitting up the Kai Sinets, the Aiden Ross. Yo, can we get SZA on your thing? Can we get, you know what I'm saying? Because they know that's where the promotion is at.
Yeah, bro.
That's where you got to go if you want all your things to make numbers.
Picking up them, like picking up the platforms. You want, like, that's literally the wave. I'm not even gonna lie to you. So, like, I me understanding everything I understand and knowing everything that I know, it's like, all right, okay. I could feel that. I could feel that for sure. Yeah. And so I could see the play and what's going on, and I'm just like, all right, okay, cool.
Most yeah. Now, I got a few more questions for you before I wrap it all up. That YouTube plaque. You know what I'm saying? I know that shit got you feeling nice. Right now, I'm at like, I think 35, 36K. You know what I'm saying? Obviously, the goal is to get. I'm one of them niggas, like, I'm always striving for something. Once I get that plaque right behind you, I want that milli. Yeah. I want that milli. Like I never sit down and enjoy the small victories. That's not me. At all. You know what I'm saying? What was the feeling like when you got the plaque? You know what I'm saying? Just
a feeling of validation. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, you built this shit brick by brick, you know what I'm saying? And just to get your plaque is one of those things, like getting a plaque for a fucking song that went platinum or gold or some shit like that. You know, it's just like showing like your hard work didn't go unnoticed and you was able to hit a milestone. You know what I'm saying? And be persistent and consistent with what you was doing, man. Like, my homie told me one day, like, bro, you've been famous for like 3 different times. You know what I'm saying? And that's important, you know what I'm saying? Being able to reinvent the wheel or grow with the times and all that type of shit is very important, bro. So, you know, I did my thing with rap and I'm still a rapper. Don't get me wrong, but like now I'm in this space, I'm doing this thing, and you know, like even when I was famous for being a street nigga, I was trying to be as great as one as I could be. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, it feel good to get that plaque, man. You know what I'm saying? And have that under your belt. Like, all right, okay, I did that.
Yeah. And I'm gonna tell you, I plan on having you on. The next time I have you on, I'm gonna bring my plaque too. You know what I'm saying? Mine gonna be better because it's shinier and it's newer. You know what I'm saying?
For sure.
Now, okay, 2 more. I saw a video. You had this bright, big ass orange varsity jacket on. You was beefing with the boys. You know what I'm saying? What was all that? Because in the video, you could tell you was easily like, you was already irritated about some shit.
Yeah. I'm gonna treat you. I don't give a fuck. Y'all just did that to get us out the car. Now you got us at the car. You don't want to talk? Look, we cool dudes. We not dirty.
You know what I'm saying? Now talking to me, someone that didn't, you know, TikTok will show you like the 6 seconds of a video, and now you're like, yo, what the fuck happened? Now, the best thing for me is I could hear from the horse's mouth. You tell me what happened, what was going on?
Man, I just felt like they was fucking with us for real, and you know, like even though that situation, they ended up finding a gun and some pills in the car, I feel like they was just like stereotyping us. You know what I'm saying? They was already on us. Their mind was made up to like follow us. They followed us out the gas station, man. We didn't do anything illegal or like
they probably just
ring or nothing. They literally was shopping. You know what I'm saying? And they found their victim that night, and we was on our way to the club, man. So the shit was pissing me off because it was one of the guys' birthday. We was on our way to the club, literally, and we was finna go have a great time and a great night, and it just didn't go right. Bro, and I just was irritated, and I knew, like, I was on probation at the time. I'm not no more. But I was on probation at the time, and I knew if I had to go to jail, I was gonna be getting held in jail. You know what I'm saying? Because I gotta go. Once you go to jail for any new charge, you go to jail, but then you gotta wait to see a probation judge and all that type of stuff. And I knew it was gonna be a process, and I was gonna be in jail for at least 3-4 days, and I was. So I was already getting pissed off. The more I seen they was on bullshit. And, you know, it was just, you know, it was making me confrontational.
So obviously you was trying to avoid all the jail time and, you know, these niggas were already fucking with y'all.
Yeah, man. They was already, you know, they ain't know there was no gun and pills in that car. And they ended up putting the pills on me. So
was it because your name's the biggest?
I mean, I feel like they had to put something on somebody. And once they put us over and figured out who was who, they weren't gonna let me leave without getting some. This one, like, really getting in contact with them. Like, once they got you out of the car, they run your name and they see who you are. And you know, out here we got gang cards that come up every time they run our name. So, and they show our background, all the shit we've been charged and went to prison for. So when you look up me, and I got 4 gun charges from even as a juvie. I've been going to jail for guns even as a kid. So, you know, that's all red flags to them. It look like I'm one of them niggas who play with guns, and then once they figure out who I am, it's like, oh, okay. We know what type of shit. We know how you play. Let's get y'all out the car.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Let's harass y'all, because having you in this car, I know it's probably something illegal in here. You know what I'm saying? And it was multiple of us. We all had bad backgrounds and had been to prison before. So, you know, they for violence. And they all knew that once they looked us up, and once they looked us up, I knew
they already knew what time it was.
Yeah, they was going soul search.
Now, when a few months back, I want to say maybe like 2-3 months ago, I was watching you on Tay Capone, and you told the story. Obviously, you ain't got to tell the whole thing. You could sum it down. The story where you caught your first gun case. You know what I'm saying? What happened there?
Well, me and Vaughn was out active, to say the least, and you know, it made the police come through. And you know, when they came through our hood, you know, me and Vaughn, we tried to disguise everything in a way where it looked like, you know, we wasn't up to nothing. You know what I'm saying? We wasn't up to nothing. You know what I'm saying? We was just chilling in a way, and it really didn't go the way we thought. Like, we thought that if they was if me and bro was on one side of the street by ourselves, and there was a crowd of niggas on the other side of the street, the police would smack the crowd instead of the 2 guys by themselves across the street. But of course, the police, they was already, they reversed us, and they came on our side of the street. And when they came on our side of the street, Vaughn, like, they started getting on our ass. Vaughn did this because they was kind of a little closer to Vaughn than they was to me. And when, I guess Vaughn thought they had him boxed in, he put his hands up. And me, like, I don't know, man. Like, Vaughn, he had just got out. He was on boot camp parole. Like, he was going to go do like 4-5 years straight. You know what I'm saying? So me analyzing the situation, I thought the best thing I could do was run. I was closer to the alley, close enough to try to make a way or run and do something, and I did. And because I did what I did, I went to jail. But Vaughn was already old enough to go to adult prison and be like in the actual prison. I was like, what, 15? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
At the time or some shit like that. So they chased me all through the hood and shit like that, and like, they had built out their cars when me and Vaughn was standing right there.
They wanted you back.
Yeah, so when I took off, they built back in their cars and chased me, and Vaughn walked right past them. And he told me when I came home, he was able to put his pipe under the tire and walk off. You know what I'm saying? So low key, you know, because I'm a juvie, man. Like, they don't treat you the same as a juvie as you do an adult. I did like 4 days in jail, and then I came home on house arrest. Did 30 days of house arrest. Then I ended up getting like 18 months of probation. You know what I'm saying? But Vaughn, he was gonna be in prison doing real hard time because
he was gonna keep his ass.
Yeah, he was over 18, which means he was a legal adult, and he already had been to prison and been to boot camp, which was prison also, like downstate.
Yeah.
Boot camp was counted like as a prison charge. So he had already been down there. So it was a lot more severe for him than it was for me.
Yeah,
so even though I ended up going to jail and, you know, trying to get away, I got caught, but I got Vaughn out of there, which in a way I'm comfortable with. You know what I'm saying? Because I know like he would have been in jail. He would have been doing a lot longer than I did.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Damn. Ain't it crazy how life turns out, man? You know what I'm saying? And now a 11, 12, 13 years later, you're out here doing Twitch, still making bread, still doing your thing, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Fucking on the hoes, whatever the case may be.
Yeah.
Now to those that are trying to get to your position, what is your advice?
Don't box yourself in and stay consistent, man. Like, you know what I'm saying? A lot of people don't see your vision. You just gotta see it for yourself, man. Like, don't let nobody deter you away from whatever goals you have. Nothing is impossible. You know what I'm saying? I would have never envisioned that I would be streaming or doing a lot of the shit that I do these days, man. Talking to a lot of the people that I talk to these days, man. Like, I'm locked in. I be talking to Chris Brown like that's my homie, man. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, bro, and them doors that rap didn't even open up for me. I had to be a streamer to even have these type of relationships. So, you know, with me, I just, man, I'm like, all right, okay, I think that's valid. You know what I'm saying? And don't never sell yourself short, man. I don't give no fuck where you come from, what you been through, what you doing, or what you like. All doors can be opened.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So keep that in hindsight. Don't ever box yourself in. Don't ever think, oh, because I'm a street guy, I can't do this, or I can't get in this type of lane, or this is gonna be weird for me, or whatever, bro. Don't ever box yourself in. It's all out there waiting on you, so you just gotta go get it.
Okay. Now, I appreciate this, you know what I'm saying? A lot of things I appreciate you bringing me to the crib, you know what I'm saying? I appreciate you, like, just the hostility. You know, or what's it called? Hospitality.
Yeah.
Look at me fucking up. You know what I'm saying? Let the people know where they can find you.
Yeah, man. LA_gang with 3 G's at the end on IG. TAYSIXO90 on Twitter. And Tay Capone, TAY Capone, CAPONE on YouTube, man. And it's the same on Twitch right now, and you can just tap in with me, man. Make sure y'all tap in, like, subscribe, and I'll be dropping lives, man, all the time.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. It's your boy Convo with Marlo.
Well, yeah, it's Tay Capone, man. We out.
Yes, sir, and I'm out.